Okay, so I'll be talking about the embryonic timeline. So to start off with, for day one, um, the process of the embryogenesis begins and the sperm fertilizes the egg. For week one, the cleavage and blastocyst um, formation happens. So around day four, the pigmented pole forms as a black dot on the fertilized egg, which will further divide in the next few days. Um, and the black dot is where the melanin is contained. Um, the cleavage is the division of a fertilized egg cell, and the blastocyst is a rapidly dividing ball of cells. So first it's the cleavage because that's only 6 to 10 cells, and then it becomes a blastocyst because um, it ends up becoming more than 10 cells that are inside the egg. Then the morula forms as a result of the division of the fertilized egg. The blastocyst cavity makes an inner and outer cell mass. The inner cell mass, also known as the embryoblast, will become the embryo and further in the fertilization process, and the outer cell mass, also known as the trophoblast, will become the placenta. Um, and then also in week one is when the HCG production happens, also known as the human chorionic gonadotrophin, which is detected in blood by day 8 of pregnancy and detected in urine by day 10 via pregnancy test. Um, so for week 2, the bilaminar disc formation begins to happen. The bilaminar embryonic disc is formed when the inner cell mass forms 2 layers of cells separated by an extracellular basement membrane. The 2 layers of germ are the 2 layers are germ layers called the epiblast and hypoblast. The placenta now has components called the cytotrophoblast and the syncytiotrophoblasts. Um, so the cytotrophoblast is the intercellular layer of the trophoblast of an embryonic placental mammal, and the syncytiotrophoblasts is a continuous specialized layer of epithelial cells. Um, Also, in the 2 weeks, the notochord forms, and the notochord is a cartilaginous skeletal rod supporting the body in all embryonic and some adult chordate animals. Now to talk about my mom's Lina Niger story. For me, she didn't have much to say. She didn't really pay attention to it. Um, she did notice, she said that further along in her pregnancy that the Lina Nigra got darker, especially towards the end of her pregnancy. For me, for my little sister, um, her Lina Nigra was significantly darker, and she also noticed that her stomach also got darker as well. So it wasn't just the linea nigra, her entire stomach got darker, which I was also able to see as I was there with her during her pregnancy process. So it was interesting to see the two different ways that like her melanin and body reacted to pregnancy. Because for me, her stomach didn't get darker and it stayed the same her whole pregnancy. Only the linea nigra changed. But for my sister, her whole entire stomach got darker, as well as the linea nigra.